Hi, this is John with Cold Plunge Connection. In this video, we're going to be talking about pumps and filters, specifically the Apex done-for-you minimalist pump and filter system. Before I go into the details of what I like about this product, I want to briefly go over why pumps and filters are important in a chest freezer cold plunge, or really in any cold plunge. Full disclaimer, I am an affiliate and received this product at no cost to do a review. That said, I only agree to do full reviews on products that I have used and like, have met the owner, and trust the company. If you decide to buy an Apex86 setup, you can use the link in the description below and the code Richter for a discount. Before we jump into the review, let's talk about the overall plan to keep your water clean. Besides hygiene practices and maintenance, there are three essentials: circulation, filtration, and sanitation. First, you need a pump to circulate the water. Without a pump, sediment will build up, microbes start growing, and you'll need to change your water more often. I'm in Central Texas, and throughout most of the year when I change my water, it can take several days or more than 100 pounds of ice to cool my water down. There are financial, environmental, and time costs to doing that. Second, a filter helps remove the debris and keep your water looking clean. Third is some kind of sanitation, whether that's chlorine, bromine, hydrogen peroxide, or my personal favorite, ozone. Back when I started doing this in 2017, I tried a lot of different pump options. The first one was a $400 Eheim aquarium pump and filter. It had a multi-stage biofilter, but just didn't keep my water clean for very long. And because it was outside of the chest freezer, it was a nightmare to plumb, and there was a lot of condensation, which made a really big mess. I eventually found the Marineland all-in-one aquarium pump and filter that had a pleated cartridge similar to what's used in hot tubs. That seemed to work much better, but over time we started having quality issues. The filters weren't seating properly, so dirty water was bypassing the filter and circulating back into the tub. Plus, they used a proprietary filter that became hard to get due to supply issues. One of the things I love most about the DIY space is the innovation that happens when people collaborate. That's why I started a Cold Plunge Builders Facebook group back in 2019. Lars Remsen, a mechanical engineer, jumped into our community and started solving some of these problems. He designed a plug that attached to the bottom of the Marineland filter so that it would keep the sediment in the canister and send only the clean filtered water back into the tub. And he made a simple fitting to hold the air stone from a JED 303 ozone generator. Despite these improvements, not being able to get replacement filters was a significant problem. So people were looking at other options. Submersible pond pumps were the next thing, but we had several problems. Cheap pumps didn't provide enough circulation to make a difference and could stop working after just a few months. And since most pond pumps were not designed to be connected to any kind of filter, plumbing could be challenging, complicated, or in some cases end up being way over-designed. To help cut through the confusion, I created the do-it-yourself pump and filter plans, which you can find on my website. It's 84 pages of information covering pump and canister selection, flow rates, design principles, filter options, bypass assemblies, Venturi injectors, all the tools needed, and all the details. There are options for more than 8 designs. You can look through all of the options and pick the one that you like best or work out your own design. They'll range anywhere from about $160 to $300 or more in materials, plus an hour or two of your time to put everything together. If that all sounds overwhelming, I totally get it. And that's why it was a natural evolution for Lars to create a solution: the Apex86 done-for-you minimalist pump and filter setup. This makes perfect sense for anyone who wants something that just works out of the box without having to figure it out through trial and error, read through 80 pages, or pick a plan and source all of these parts from different suppliers. If your time is valuable, or you just want to avoid the stress of figuring out flow rates and plumbing fittings, I highly recommend the Apex86. I've known Lars since he joined my Facebook group in 2021. He's always been active in the community, answering questions, being helpful, and he continues to innovate and support his products, and the reviews speak for themselves. Hundreds of people across the US have purchased the Apex86, and 100% of the feedback in our group has been positive. This tells me a lot. The system arrives with everything you need. Setup takes less than 2 minutes and requires 0 tools. Lars has tutorial videos on his website and YouTube channel to walk you through everything step by step. Let me highlight a few of the features that I really like and a few important details. The pump is rated for 1,200 gallons per hour, which means it works really well in both small and large chest freezers. The mounting bracket keeps the power cord out of the way, so the pump can be turned to pull water in downward from the top rather than sideways. This is awesome for two reasons. First, because it allows the push-on pre-filter to catch debris. Second, the filtered water flows out directly into the tank without any complicated tubes, pipes, elbows, or additional fittings. This gives you very good circulation. That's important to keep your water temperature even and improve the effectiveness of your sanitation. A union fitting and a simple adapter connect the pump to the filter with no leaks and no glue. This makes it very easy to remove the canister for cleaning. The high-flow Venturi injector serves two purposes. First, by pointing downward, it helps prevent some debris from settling on the floor. Second, if you're running a JED 003 or another spa-type ozone generator, simply connect the tube to the stainless steel barb. This is optional, and you don't need an ozone generator to use the Apex86. It can be used with chemicals like chlorine, bromine, or hydrogen peroxide if you prefer. Now, unlike aquarium filters, the Apex86 is compatible with these chemicals. Venturi injectors are normally connected to the external plumbing in hot tubs or chiller-based cold plunges to mix ozone with the water outside of the tank. Getting Venturi injectors to work correctly can be complicated, and they usually take up quite a bit of extra space. Because of the bypass assembly that's needed to help dial in the right pressure differential, there is definitely some math involved with that, or experimenting to get it dialed in. One tricky thing about standard Venturi injectors is that they require a certain flow rate going through them to pull and mix the ozone with the water. The low-flow Venturi on the Apex86 takes out the guesswork, the complicated plumbing, and the space needed for a traditional Venturi injector. Now, one downside is that when the filter starts getting dirty, the flow rate will slow down and you will have less ozone mixing with the water. So it's really important to stay on top of keeping your filter clean. One feature I'd like to see in the future is a bypass that would keep the water circulating even when the filter is dirty. Now, a quick note about ozone. It's an excellent way to sanitize your water and avoid harsh chemicals or testing. I started using the JED 303 for my cold plunges in 2018 and loved it so much I became an authorized reseller in 2019. I like the JED 303 because it has a built-in air pump that works independently from the circulation pump and filter. This means that it maintains consistent ozone delivery even when the filter gets dirty and water flow slows down. The JED 303 uses an air stone. It works great with the Apex86, but don't connect the 303 tubing to the Venturi because the water pressure could damage the unit. This holds true for any ozone generator with an air pump, like those cheap kitchen use units. I don't recommend those anyway because they're not really up for sanitizing the volume of water in a cold plunge. They work great for a glass of water or some fruit in the kitchen, but they're just not meant for cold plunges. So use the air stone of the JED 303. It works just as well as the Venturi. There's one key benefit that I want to point out about using the JED 303 with an air stone over connecting a spa ozone generator to the Venturi, and that is there is no condensation. Because the JED 303 uses the built-in air pump that shuts off when it's not making ozone, there is absolutely zero ambient air being introduced into your cold plunge. With the Venturi injector, outside air is always being bubbled into your water even when the ozone generator isn't running. This results in condensation under the lid, which can lead to mildew or mold, and for me, this is just one more thing to clean. Use the JED 303 and you'll have no issues with that. The air stone can either sit on the floor of your tub or be zip tied to the Venturi. The included foam pad goes under the pump bracket to protect your liner from scratches or damage. That's a thoughtful detail that I appreciate. Everything is space efficient and designed to fit easily inside of a chest freezer, whether you place it on the floor or on the compressor step. The included union makes it really easy to turn the filter either way. It can sit right side up or upside down, so you have some flexibility in the setup to find what works best for you. The Apex86 comes with a 5-micron woven filter. Lars recommends these, and they do a great job with very fine particles. Personally, I've had success using 20-micron pleated filters, which are a little more forgiving on flow rate and can be cleaned and reused. If you need help, Lars responds via email and is based in the US. One note about timers. Many people have found that they don't need to run the pump 24/7 to keep their water clean. You can use a mechanical timer, a programmable digital timer, or a smart plug. If you use ozone, the pump should run while the ozone generator is running and at least an hour afterward to ensure that all of the ozonated material is caught into the filter. 6 to 8 hours, once or twice a day should get the job done. Play around with it to find out what works best with your system. One note about safety. As with all equipment in a DIY chest freezer cold plunge, always physically unplug it before you get into the water. So what's the bottom line? If you want a clean, compact, drop-in solution with zero plumbing, zero guesswork, and reliable support behind it, the Apex86 is an excellent choice. If you want to further upgrade your system with an ozone generator or different filters, it's still compatible. It will grow with your needs and with your cold plunge practice. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. I'm happy to help. There's a link below with a discount code for the Apex86. It is an affiliate link, and if you choose to use it along with the discount code Richter, it helps support my work and my family and is appreciated. If you find my videos to be helpful, please do like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and happy cold plunging.